I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy
What
body
content?
full of tats.
Oh man, I did not mean to do that.
We'll have God of War content here.
God damn it.
God of War, damn it.
I did not mean to change that.
So for mine right now, I'm actually yesterday I played like all afternoon, and turns out there was an area in Vanaheim in the crater that I never fucking went to, and there was one more traveler and another set of crystals that I'd never found.
So go back in there and get it.
I did.
Okay.
So, and that gave me a bunch of the stuff I was missing. Because I was basically, all I'm doing at this point is just upgrading my armors and weapons that I have left to do. So, like, I've just got a couple, like, one or two handles for the spear, and then a few of the bottom of the waist armors. No pun intended.
I'm doing the fucking shooters challenges right now.
Surters
challenges. I'm still gonna say it because I've played them all. Yeah. Number one had the hardest challenges.
Oh, of course.
In the post game, and number two was pretty difficult too. But then every other one since then, they fucking nerfed them down too much to let other people beat them.
Maybe. I mean, the only thing is that with these Muspelheim trials, there's actually, I don't know how far you've gotten into it. There's
there's 6 in total. I'm on number 4 right now.
Okay. Because there's combos, right? To unlock the big ones. Mm-hmm. So that took me a minute to figure that out, to figure out which one to do. And then once you do that, the
combos to unlock the big one? What are you talking about?
Okay, so you know how there's the big ring in the middle when you first go in there?
Oh, you're talking about the chest that's down there in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on each one of the swords has one of the letters.
Yeah, so you have to do combinations of 2 of the trials to unlock another section.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you do that, then you unlock all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can just go for free for all, just getting everything you need to do there. But because that's where I was doing all my upgrading and all my other shit. Hold on,
you were just grinding in there.
Yeah, that's all you can do at this point. There's a few extra enemies. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my gain up just a little bit. Is that right? Because I had to adjust it the other night.
My sound sounds okay still.
You're okay because you're being recorded on your own. Yeah, I can adjust your audio by itself. So I just want to make sure we're not peaking too high. We should be fine.
Yeah, I'm doing everything but the main storyline in this game at this point.
Yeah, so if I had done all the Muspelheim trials first, or as soon as I could, I probably would have been a bit higher ranked going into just like the middle. But the middle's not that hard. It's like once you get to the final stuff, do you have the spear yet or no?
Yeah, that was the last big main story thing I think I did.
Okay, so you got the spear, but you haven't gone to Asgard again yet.
With
sorry, not that. You haven't. You obviously you'll have a battle.
We're not recording yet.
Well, maybe we are, but we're not.
Oh, we are. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I thought we were just bullshitting. No, Kara's leaving.
Bonus content. Hi, Kara.
He said hi.
Hope you feel better.
I'll be back. I should get a dentist.
Oh, well, you said you were sick the other day, but
yeah, she's better now. And then it's like trying to catch me, and I keep dodging it.
Yeah. Jessica's not feeling great either.
Yeah,
but I'll talk about that more later. But no, so have you found the secret bosses yet? That'll give you some cool shit.
Talking about the berserker things, where you stick the sword hilt into the thing.
There's the berserkers, and you will get good shit for beating them.
I've beaten like 2 of them, and they are a pain in the dick.
And they're all a pain in the dick. So, slight spoilers, but have you gotten the relic that says can awaken something deep inside?
Maybe. Where would I look for that?
Go to your relics page, or go to your weapons page, and at the bottom it says relics.
Okay, relics. Click on it. Okay, I have Talisman of Maine, which precious talisman, so precious to the precious owner. They held it close to their last moment. Would they have survived if they had dropped it?
Not that one, no.
Hilt over. Is it the one where it's waiting to be crafted, but you have to have some kind of crazy special thing to do it, like to craft it?
It might be.
Let me see.
I don't remember.
I will. Give me a second. So it's special items. The hilt of Anger Vidal or some shit like that.
That might be it.
It says, known as the stream of anguish, the broken. No, this is the sword.
Oh yeah, no, not that.
No. Okay, so that's the sword. So that's not it.
Yeah, so there's a relic. So there's
So
one
where it
little.
says it, not where it tells you the power thing, but like the little quote underneath will say something about.
Off to the so you go through the list, and then off to the right, it's got the box that says "will activate whatever."
Uh-huh.
It tells you what it does. It'll
Uh-huh.
just have a description that says "awakens a power deep within you" or something like that.
This one
There's
grants a burst of rage. This one's unleash a shockwave.
that
This
one's not
one
bad.
is a melee damage, and this
That's a
one
pretty good one.
is throw a Bifrost chakram that swerves into enemies. So
By the
those
way,
are all
I love
only
that
four
one.
I
By
have.
the way, I use
The,
that
sh-
one.
the Bifrost one.
Yeah, because it hits with the Bifrost, and of course, anything you do runic on top of
Mhm.
Bifrost adds more
Explosions,
damage.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
I got her upgraded to where she does a thing with her sword slash where it hits them with
yeah, that use
Bifrost.
that too, because both of
Yeah.
those things will help stun and damage enemies faster. But
Mm-hmm.
anyways, there's one of those hilts, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
it is the one you're crafting, because I forgot that you have to craft one of them. It might be that one, but you use it to awaken the sleeping trolls. So have you
I've
found the
seen
troll?
them around. I've seen them like the
Yes.
one up by
So
the bridge that was broken out
yes.
in the big. Yeah.
Yep.
And
So
Midgard. Yeah.
and they talk about how they were put to sleep and frozen in
Mm-hmm.
stone. So once you have that hilt, you wake them up and you beat all four of them,
Mm-hmm.
and you get the strongest defensive armor in the game.
Nice.
And it will save your ass for the last couple battles, because it gives you like close to five. If it's maxed out, it gives you close to 500 defense
Wow.
just from the armor. But it also gives
My
you,
defense right now is 278. It looks like
yeah, I think,
I'm at like 5.5 level.
yeah. So even then, so it's called the Steinbjorn armor,
I don't know
and
that.
like it looks like fucking stone. It's pretty
Yeah.
fucking awesome. It gives you a couple other bonuses, but if you combine that with your Raven's Tears, I know you don't like mix and matching, but if you do like the Raven's Tears gauntlet or
Mm-hmm.
belt, it will give you your extra boost of life whenever you pick up a thing. Also, do you
Mm-hmm.
have? Tell me you turned on auto pickup, right? And auto traversal
No.
in your options. Oh my god, it makes the game so easy. You don't have to push the button for everything. You don't have to hit circle to go
Where
up
the
every
fuck do I
cliff. You
do
don't.
that shit?
It's in the accessibility options, I think. So the actual option
Pause
options.
settings,
Yeah, it's in your settings. I think it's in accessibility,
accessibility,
and it has
motion control, audio, combat,
it's got
motion reduction,
maybe it's not in accessibility, but either way, it's in.
navigation and puzzle. Hold on. Navigation assist, puzzle timing, puzzle aim assist, auto pickup.
Yeah, auto pickup. Put it either on all or put it on just
Essentials, economy, or
essentials.
full.
I had mine on essentials, but that was me. But full means he picks up everything automatically. Like you don't have to
No, it says he picks up health and rage stones when needed and picks
yeah.
up hacked silver resources and loot drops when out of combat.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I would do. That's the one I have set. So if you're in battle and you've got like rage stones or health stones laying around, but you don't have time to get over there because you're busy pushing other buttons, he'll grab it anyways.
That's
And then
cool.
any hack silver and everything else, and then also auto traversal means you don't have to push the button to go up cliffs or anything. It just will automatically do it.
Traversal, or you got auto includes vaulting, mantling, jumping gaps, and descending ledges, or you can put it on plus. Includes
so fucking
that,
nice.
crawls, presses, and climbs.
I would do that because I didn't do that one, and I fucking hate doing the crawls and stuff like that. And I think that means even the boat travel. I could be wrong. Where you go through like the little lowdown spots. That might include that too.
That shit, I laughed the first time I saw that. I was like, that was so cool
Yeah.
that they included that. Him having to duck underneath the bridge.
You only do it a couple times, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, cool.
Oh, also in Svartalfheim, the same hilt that awakens the
Berserkers.
no, not the berserkers, the trolls.
Okay.
Awakens the sleeping dragon in Svartalfheim on Dragon Beach.
Oh, you're talking about over there by the big
The big dead skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the big dead skeleton, and then there's a statue of a dragon on the beach. That's actually a dragon. So that's a secret dragon. You get shit for beating them.
Nice.
So if you beat all the dragons, you get the dragon armor, which they're not that hard. But the last one for me to fight, I was so fucking stupid. It was in Vanaheim because you fight. Actually, they're all in Vanaheim. It was on top of a fucking building. Was where you fought it, and I was like, "How the fuck do I get there?" And it was all because I couldn't see that the thing that I had to climb up was on this one wall, and I was just scooching off to the side and missing it entirely. I was doing circles around fucking Vanaheim. Like, how the fuck do I kill this thing? It's right there on the map.
So speaking of stupid shit that you do, you and I actually talked about this before. Remember the whale?
Yes.
And I told you there was a green bird over there, and I was doing everything. I'm throwing an axe almost straight up in the air just to try to arc down over to him. Yeah. I got the spear. I'm trying the same thing. Like I'm seeing the spear hit the ground right near him, and he's reacting to it. So I'm like, fuck yeah! I just chunked a bunch of them, and I did the explosion thing, trying to take him out. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Nope.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I go back over to where it was dead. Remember, I kept telling you go only so far, and it dead ended.
Yeah,
dude. Like literally, like. I'm like looking all around, looking for any kind of grip or something I could hit with the spear to explode. I'm looking around, and I noticed a little dot in the bottom of my screen. What the fuck? And I went back and I looked. Dude, there's a goddamn opening right next to you. It's just down low. So you just press circle and he squats and goes under it. I was like, motherfucker.
And by the way, I don't know if you found it by accident or not. I looked it up because there was a raven I couldn't find in a legendary chest I couldn't find in Alfheim.
I haven't finished any of those big ones like that yet.
Okay,
I've got like 30 of the ravens now.
Okay, so in Alfheim, have you gone to the library in Alfheim yet?
Maybe.
Okay, probably not then. You would know. Because it's a side mission, but it is important.
Which one's Alfheim? Is that the elves?
That's where the elves are, yes.
Last thing I did there is I went and got the hammer for Durlin.
Yeah, so you can get the hammer for Durlin.
That was the one that was underneath the dwarf statue right next to that dragon.
Yeah, that's not Alfheim. That's Svartalfheim.
Okay.
Alfheim is where all the elves are. The desert world.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the desert, if you haven't gone back there, there's stuff you can do there. You can reawaken Freyr's statue. You can go and do the library mission real quick because it's a side mission for other people, but it's important. But what I didn't realize is normally you go up, you traverse with the blades. You know, they do a chain grab. What I didn't know is if you just look straight below that was a hole that you hit with the axe and you go underground. I was like, son of a bitch. I go in there. There's a couple small fights. There's a legendary chest. No, I'm sorry. There's a runic or whatever they call it, Nornir chest. And then
the gold one that doesn't have a lock on it.
No, the one that's the letters.
Okay.
And it's one of the annoying ones where you actually have to set the torches on fire from a distance, but you have to have somebody who has runic arrows with them. So the first time I went in there, I was with I didn't have runic arrows. I was like, fuck. So I had to go back once I had.
Oh, you were with like one of the dwarves or whatever.
Something. Well, dwarves don't follow you there. I think I found it before you got runic arrows because you only get runic arrows after Atreus comes back after you've been with Freya. So she has the runic arrows, and then he gets a runic arrow upgrade and start using them after that fact. So you can't light those things. And then once I did all that and got the fucking raven that was down there, if I remember, that was the last raven I needed, if I remember correctly.
So are the next 3 boxes in that Raven Island just another armor set?
No, it's a pommel, I believe, for the axe, and I think a runic attack. Yeah, runic attack for. I think that's the. It's either the one that like with the axe that like swirls the ice around you. It's either that one or it's the one with the blades that rains down fire. It's one of those two. So. That was the annoying part. Oh, and then that's where I was annoyed. Remember I told you I was so pissed off. My favorite runic attack from 2018. I found way later in the game because I didn't go this one direction. That's the breath of the ice giant or ice ancient, where it shoots the ice beam. And dude, they fucking nerfed that thing. Like in 2018, you can shoot it for like fucking 10, 15 seconds. In this one, it's like 5 seconds max.
Like one burst.
Even fully maxed out, it's still
trash.
Like, it has a lot of power, but it doesn't go as long. Because that's where I went back in 2018 to get my 100%. Because I still had a couple of ancients to find. Because apparently I missed a couple and never knew it. And those things are the reason I call it Breath of the Ancients, if you never knew it, if you just get them, when they pop open their chest and they're shooting stuff at you, You just hit them once with the orb, so they pop open. You hit them with that blast, they die instantly.
Wow.
It's like it's so fucking like early on in that game that's so hard to beat those things. Like, and then later on, just getting that one attack makes them fucking cakewalks. Trolls too, you know.
And
in
this one, the ancients are easy as fuck, dude.
Yeah, the ancients are real easy because I mean, there's only like 2 of them.
Yeah. There's only 2 of them, and I've already beat them because I've already fought like 2 of them.
Yeah, there's not that many ancients. They tried not to repeat a lot of the old enemies if they could. That's why they nerfed all the trolls, because remember when you kill that one troll, like you actually have to kill it, and and like he says something. Man, I'm glad I don't have to do that a lot anymore. It's a thing, because that was one of the biggest complaints about 2018 is that every boss was a fucking troll variant, and you killed them all the same fucking way, no matter what. And like at least in this one, and you may have noticed this with the stun attacks, like they really do mix it up. Like each weapon has 2 or 3 stun attacks to finisher, and then each weapon has a different fucking finisher. Back in 2018, though, it was like 1 finisher per thing.
So you kept seeing the same thing over and over and over and over.
Over and over. So they actually mixed it up. They did listen when they made this one. And I didn't realize, I thought Corey Barlog was the director on this game, and he's not. It's the guy who did 3.
Oh, I'm gonna say Stinson
or something like that. I don't remember, but
he has a name like that. Stig Manson, Stig
something.
Munson. His first name's like Stig or some shit like that.
Might be.
Yeah, because they were both on like the original God of War team.
Yeah, they've both been around, but I guess Corey. The only thing was that Corey laid out the story for him. Like, these are the things you have to do, and then the rest of it was do your thing. That's why like they continue the story beats from the previous game, but you get new gameplay options and stuff like that. Like, it made sense that once you got the chain traversal that you didn't have in the last game, it made life so much easier. You got more things to pull and push with the fucking chains, which I always found the weirdest part was like when there's a hanging thing and you hit it with the chains and then you yoink it sideways. I'm like, that physically makes no sense.
Yeah.
It's like pulling it towards you, sure, but then when you push it away from you, it makes no sense.
Nothing. Like, it might move a little if you like whip the chain, but it'll be just the power of that thing just like slapping it at the end of it.
Yeah,
I've noticed that in this one too.
So wait, okay, have you gone back?
I told you I'm not following the main track, dude. I don't.
Yeah. Well,
the last big thing I did was the underwater mermaid lady to get the spear.
Yeah.
And then now I'm fucking on like Surtur's things. I did a bunch of the shit in the Midgard area. I knocked a bunch of those out.
Yeah. So how do you feel about that whole revelation about Brock, that he died?
Oh, that was earlier.
No, I know that, but he found out and then he's fucking crushed by it.
Man,
but
it's pretty fucked up. But it makes sense because I always wondered why he was blue. And none of the rest of them are.
We always wondered why he was blue, and that's exactly why, because he's mostly dead.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Not mostly.
He's only missing one quarter of his
soul parts.
Which
is an interesting concept.
I thought it was pretty cool.
Everything they're doing with the souls and stuff like that is very interesting. You know, what they did with Angerboda and the giants and stuff like that. Is
that the little girl?
Yes.
I don't like her character. I don't know what it is about her, but every time she showed up, I'm like, this is fucking dumb.
She's meant to be kind of off-putting at the beginning, but then, you know, in mythology, she's Loki's wife.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's the one that he creates all of his quote-unquote children with, you know. And then they sort of birth Jormungandr.
What, that looks like Thor over here? I don't know what the fuck that means.
The giant snake.
Oh, that's the snake that they've already met as children. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So what was interesting is like, because they're supposed to be married, and then all of the things like from mythology, like Fenrir, Jormungandr, and then something else I can't remember the name of, some other weird fucking thing. They're all animal giants, basically.
Right.
They had together, you know. So it's the fact that they rewrote that in an interesting way, because the idea that. And I don't remember if they covered this in the game or not, but Jormungandr isn't the snake. It's the soul of the giant that they put in the snake.
No.
Yes.
They showed that earlier, but he met the big snake in 2018.
Yes.
In this one, they put the soul in the snake after you fight the grandma.
Yes. And before, but yes. That was on their way to fight her.
Yeah.
So that snake, slight spoilers because it's gonna.
Well, I mean, I figure it's got something to do with it because she says it's been growing.
It's been growing. So what they didn't quite cover, and why it matters, and why the snake hates Thor, because this is where time travel happens and a lot of this shit. Jormungandr was a giant that fought and was killed by Thor, just like all the other giants were killed, put in their little soul balls.
Mm-hmm.
So the soul that they installed in that,
I thought they hid
snake,
themselves in those marbles so that he.
They did,
kill
but
them.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They thought they were dead. Some are 100% dead. The rest of them made themselves look dead to be reborn later somehow. But the soul was Jormungandr, the giant, and then they put it in the snake, which becomes Jormungandr, the snake,
the world snake,
the world serpent. And like the fact that, and you may have missed because it's been so long since you played 2018, they talk about in Ragnarok, Thor and supposedly the world serpent came about because it was sent back in time due to its battle with Thor during Ragnarok. Which, spoilers, of course, Ragnarok happens in this game, hence the name. Duh.
But that's another thing too. I'm not big on Scandinavian lore and all that, but everybody always interprets Ragnarok as like their version of the end of the world. Isn't it more like a hard reset? Like it doesn't end their world, it restarts like their world, right?
Well, it's supposed to, in the initial thing that Odin is trying to fight off, it was actually the end of everything. Like not just Asgard, but everything. But that's where Groa lied, because Groa, who gave the Ragnarok prediction in the first place, saw that it was only going to be Asgard that was taken out, not everything. So in a way, she predicted that Asgard would conquer everyone, be fucking dickheads to the point that it would turn everyone against them to make Ragnarok happen. But it is like meant to be
self-fulfilling prophecy type.
Yeah, but that's why Fimbulwinter affects every realm, because all of it is meant to affect every realm, you know. But I mean, like overall, the game was fun.
So far, I don't dislike it, but I still like the 18 better than this.
2018 is great, but the story is better in this one because it does so much, and like the character development for Kratos, the fact that he called, like, his understanding of Brock and actually like calling him a friend and stuff, like the whole scene with the spear is like it needs the blessing of a great blacksmith.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, all of that. But I thought the best part was right after that when you're learning the spear and then you got to climb out, and then he's like, "Oh, I guess we're doing this one boy style," and he hops on his back like in the first game. I was like, it's so great. And what pisses me off in that section when you're going back to the train or whatever, there's a
mine cart.
Yeah, the mine cart. The Nornir chest, that there's one like right there, and it's the idol.
Quit calling this shit their Scandinavian names, because I feel like an idiot.
Well, that's what it's called. They used to be called. They were runic chests before. Now it's Nornir chests. They're the puzzle.
Is that the one where he punches through the top of it because it's wooden?
No, that's a normal chest.
So is that the one where it's gold? He lifts it up, but you don't have to do the code.
That's legendary chest.
So that one you're talking about is the coded one.
That's the runic ones, yes. So those were called runic chests in the last one. Then they gave it a better name this time.
So because these names are obnoxious as fuck in this game.
Well, because the Norns are.
Yeah, it's fate. It's the fate.
Have you done the Norns?
Yes,
you should have by now. Yeah,
the little ladies in the reeds and all that.
Yes, that was great. That whole
part was cool. Yeah.
So you know, looking at it,
there's the
like,
horse that turned into like a seahorse.
The Kelpie.
That shit was pretty cool.
Yeah. Which is great because that's from Scottish mythology, which is why Mimir recognized it, because if you didn't catch it, did you catch who Mimir is? Because she said it.
They talked about, because he talks about where he's from, so they actually talk about King Arthur and
she flat out calls him. She calls him by his original name.
I might have missed it. Go ahead.
Puck.
Oh, yeah. She did call him Puck. Yeah.
So, and then there's actually later dialogue where they talk basically about the Midsummer Night's Dream tale.
Yeah.
As like,
he also mentions Excalibur.
Like, he mentions a lot of things.
Yeah, there was a lady in the lake that was big about swords and
yeah, because they talk about that. No, that wasn't when they went to the.
It just happened, so it was like right around here somewhere.
Yeah, so the fact that they dove into Mimir's story, and the more you go around, the more he talks about it.
Yeah.
Like he talks more and more and more about his backstory as time goes on.
I've
So it's
learned
actually,
it took me a while, but
yeah,
like when you're in like the free roam areas, like the boat or on the
yeah,
sled and going around,
yeah,
like if they start a story, let them fucking finish it before
yeah.
you
Let him
do
finish it.
anything.
What's
Because
funny
they'll be
is,
like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna finish that later,"
yeah,
and they'll literally say that, and then I'm like,
yeah.
"Well, fuck," and then I go get back on it, and they start talking about something else.
In
But the game is smart enough that it does pick it back up because I've had
yeah, it does.
it say, "Remember earlier we were talking about such and such," and then they'll just
Yeah.
pick right back up where the other. I was like, "Damn, that's pretty smart." But I hate that shit.
So
I want to hear the whole story right there. I'm gonna forget that shit quick.
yeah. So what I love is actually like it's great when Atreus and Mimir are talking in the boat or whatever, but when Freya and Mimir start talking and like kind of rekindling their old friendship is actually kind of cool, you know. So like he'll ask her about something, and then when you do the whole thing around oh, what's her face, the Queen of the Valkyries, the other queen, like there's a whole thing about that
Oh
with
yeah, about him being in love with
yeah.
her and her going to kill it, like
Yeah,
the
that whole
king.
story
Yeah,
about her brother and the king
yeah,
and all that kind of
yeah.
stuff. Like,
I finished that not too long ago in Midgard. That's one of the
yeah,
ones where you did the yoink thing to move that big
yes,
old dial. Fucking
yes.
ridiculous.
So like all that stuff, like in the story building behind it all. So they make these dumb side quests all about the history of the characters, and that's like
Yeah, pretty cool.
actually pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Thor so far?
I think he's fucking funny. I think he's a giant dickhead.
He is a
And I
giant
love the
dickhead.
fact that they fought earlier and he's
Yeah.
still walking around with like cuts, like open
Well, you know
wounds
why?
from the
You know
Kratos
why
fight.
he has that wound?
Because he can't heal.
No. Well, it can't heal, but do you know why it can't heal?
Because of the weapon you hit him with.
Yes, but there's a specific reason from the
Just
first
skip
game.
to it, man. Why?
Yeah, so from 2018, remember when you throw the axe in the lake and it summons Jormungandr the first time?
Sure.
Okay. So you throw the axe in the lake, Jormungandr comes out, and he
That's
spits the axe
guy.
back at you. Yeah, so he spits the axe back at you,
The
and then it...
guy.
Yeah, exactly. There's a little thing on the screen that pops up, and they never talk about it again. It's basically his venom is added to the axe.
Nice.
So Thor and no other god can heal after an axe wound because of the venom from Jormungandr picking it up. So the entire reason they did that in the first place was to bless her axe with the venom that would allow them to kill the gods.
Cool.
Which is why a thing that happens in the past didn't have that effect, because the axe wasn't blessed with their poison yet, or venom. Gotcha. So it's funny how they tied that back, but they never talk about it. But that's exactly why. But I like the family dynamic with the Thorsons, as it were. Is interesting. Like the whole thing.
The
like,
daughter's a trip, dude.
Yeah, I love Thrud. I love her. Like, and she's gonna be a cool character. Well, I don't know if she'll ever come back, but like if they do, they did a lot of stuff with her character.
I'm gonna call it right now, dude. If they kill Kratos off in this game, I'm out.
Oh.
It's hinted at heavily, and I know there's all kinds of reasons to do it, and blah, blah, and it's just a video game. They can bring him back in the next one. I don't care about none of that shit. Like, I enjoy.
Dude, he's already died 3 times.
No, but they always bring him back. Like, same game, they bring him back. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about they kill that motherfucker off in this game. Be like, well, he's dead. Next game's the Atreus game, and they try halfway through the game to bring him back. I'm like, well, I won't be playing it.
Well, that's not really a spoiler. This is not a spoiler. This is only a duology. They already said they're done with Norse mythology after this.
Good. That doesn't mean he's dead, because they got plenty of other mythologies to work through. And they even talk about him in the first one.
But they introduce a lot of characters that can carry on. You know, like we have.
No,
Tyr.
They can't. Ain't none
we
of
have
them.
Tyr.
Ain't none of them Kratos. They can all go fuck themselves.
We already have another god of war introduced.
Nope. He's a pacifist pussy. I'm here for Kratos. I ain't here for the rest of that shit.
Yeah. Dude, also, like, just, I know we've been talking about this for like 30 minutes. It's fine. It'll be an extra.
Cool.
Like, Sindri, like, I love whenever he goes down to get the ring, like, under the house.
What's with all the rings that I didn't understand? That, so every time you touch it, it becomes another ring, like if you bobble it?
The drop near the ring infinitely reproduces.
Okay.
So, if you pay attention to the story, he says that was a gift to Odin, and that's how they got rich. That's why there's gold everywhere. Basically, it's an infinite mining source of gold. Gotcha. So they can just constantly make metal and gold and shit like that from the ring. So they harvest the infinite amount of rings, But the whole thing was they had to put the original on a rope so they knew which one was the original. But it reminded me of the... No, never mind. I'm going to talk about Harry Potter and you'll get pissed. Never mind.
I'm not going to get pissed. I don't care.
No, I'm joking. So if from the scene in... Not Half-Blood Prince. I think it was Half-Blood Prince. Whenever they go into the room of requirement looking for the diadem.
Sure.
I know I'm going way too nerdy on this, but some dipshit, or I think it might have even been Harry, accidentally touches a particular cup,
and it fell. It kept becoming more and more cups.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Almost that curse is basically the same.
It was in. I know what you're talking about. It was in the bank. They had one of the things hiding in a bank. It was in one of the troll banks.
Oh, it was in the bank. Okay, it was okay. I gotcha. It was in
kept reproducing like crazy and almost killed inside the bank.
Okay, so I'm thinking of the Room of Requirement. Whenever that goes crazy. No, okay, you're right. It was in Gringotts. Whenever they went.
See, I remember things, even if I fucking hate it.
That was before the dragon. That was before they ride out on the white dragon. That's right. It was in Gringotts. Good, well remembered. You remembered better than I did.
Fucking nailed it. Yeah, I'd be proud of me. See, I
should be.
When you make me watch
absolutely should be. I realized I could have been recording the video all this time too. So
I didn't know if you were or not. That's why I had it.
I just left it on. I do want to start recording video in the future though, because I want to have completely unedited episodes for supporters in the future. So put out just audio for regular people, and then save clips and the raunchier conversations for supporters in the future. So I also want to
keep starting a Patreon.
Yeah, but I'm doing it for all my shit, all my shit. So might as
well. You already made your announcements or whatnot on your other channels?
Not yet. So it's okay. Good burp there. So either way, let's get the regular episode started. That's a nice little extra there.
We're doing the 5, right?
Huh? No, we're just going to do a normal episode because top 5 is going to be kind of slow with only 2 people.
And that means we won't bitch about time frames because I can just use up somebody else's top 5.
Here, let me stop that recording. let me stop this one.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.